man. The guy who said that he is going to undo security. The last time I saw him was 2 days ago. So guess where he was? He was in Imo State, invited by Hopeless Uzodimba, right, to come and say goodbye to the Imo pilgrimage going to Mecca. I think, there's some of them already going to Mecca again now, right? That is where Shitty Man was.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Our intending pilgrims, I bring you glad tidings from His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The President enjoins you to be worthy ambassadors of this great nation. You are going to a foreign land with cultural dissimilarities with our own. We'll enjoin you to be law-abiding, to play by the rules and regulations of the Saudi authorities. And most importantly, we'll urge you to pray for the nation, to pray for the peace and stability and unity of this great country, to pray for the president, and to pray for our performing governor of Imo State, who is a bridge builder.
No doubt. They will tell them after, number one, after enabling terrorists, releasing them through the back door, looting the resources that could have possibly helped the soldiers, they will then turn to religion and send people to Mecca to go and pray in Saudi Arabia, to go and pray for Nigeria, to go and pray for unity of Nigeria, to go and pray for the president of Nigeria. And shall go and pray, Sha. So these rogues, right, among other things they used to sort of entice their, their shippies, is to send them to what they call the Holy Land. Send them to Holy Land to go and pray for Nigeria. And every time they go and pray at the Holy Land for Nigeria, Nigeria gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Because prayers don't fix any jack shit, right? Not when people are deliberately and intentionally actually compromising the system. So it's like you are playing God, like you want to deceive your God. That's deceitful, that's blasphemy, isn't it? So they send them abroad, go and pray in the Holy Land. Father Lord, Nigeria. Allah, Nigeria. God damn it, man. So those guys are so lucky, no doubt. They are. And yeah, talking about them being so sort of lucky. Here, there are those who believe that Nigeria, right, is completely captured. I think I am one of them. So, I should just say, I believe. And I've got evidence that the entire contraption is captured, according to Kolu and his gang. So, there are those who believe that it is time for them to save this Nigeria, or they will save Nigeria. So, those ones where they in charge of Nigeria believes that they are saving Nigeria. They are doing like, here you get anyone who doesn't agree, this are individuals who don't love Nigeria. The emergency lovers of Nigeria called one is a gang. I've gotten to a stage where they kind of, I'm going to believe that they do believe that all of you are just dreaming, that you want to come and take away this power from Tinubu. Okay. We have the obedient. We have the articulators and articulated mugus. Then we have a one-man mopo, Kaduna Little Hitler, that is a elrufai, the Kaduna Little Finger, right? Who people are now calling Minister of Coalition or Ministerial Bandits. I saw all of that today, just same way I saw the dickhead Simba Anambra, which is Tinubu. So whenever you hear dickhead Simba Anambra, that one is Tinubu. elrufai is the one they are now calling Ministerial Bandits, since they don't make a minister, or some are calling him appointment bandits, meaning since they don't give him appointment or they didn't make him a minister, he became a political bandit. But for me, I call him a IDP, an internally displaced politician. Of course, so he's a loner, injured, angry, sort of like dog. So it looks, or so it seems, because there are those who also believe that this whole thing is just an act, that they don't believe that if Tinubu and elrufai, with all that happened that time, they are fighting. So, anyway, we will leave conspiracy and just face what is in front of us, okay? Yeah, stuff I've been hearing. So we saw Obi in Cambridge, right? Yesterday, okay? So it was a guest where, as usual, I was to talk about the developing countries, Nigeria, and whatever the future is, and all that, democracy and other stuff, as usual. So he was there, giving his speech, as usual, and that didn't really interest some of the people I have followed their reactions, okay? That didn't really interest them. To them, why is Peter Obi with elrufai? Here you get elrufai. There are those who are saying in politics, there is no permanent friend. There is no permanent enemy. We are talking about the Kaduna butcher here, the Southern Kaduna butcher, the terror enabler, a man that's got no remorse for all he did to the people of a Southern Kaduna. Now people are now saying, but you don't have evidence of that. Nigeria, Stockholm syndrome strong, you go to Lagbaragon. So now, I call them strange bedfellows, Abi, those who are talking about coalition. They have a name for everything, coalition. These are strange bedfellows. These are people that ordinarily, they won't even stand one another. But for the sake of power and the catchphrase to save Nigeria, they have to come together. Right? So in reaction, a lot of people were just like, and the people of the Southern Kaduna, those ones are not even hiding it. Because people, when they saw this posture, right, we had people who have started making posters. So here is one theory I read. Don't take it to the bank, all right? So they said, what Obi needs is to be accepted in the North. Okay? Obi is an infidel. The likes of elrufai, a jihadist that can speak English. That is who elrufai is. He is a terrorist, a jihadist that speaks, English. To them, there is something about allowing an infidel. An infidel is somebody who is a non-Muslim. So it's a very strong thing. Do you get that now? So they need the likes of elrufai, right? Or people are kind of projecting elrufai to be the bridge that will then go back to those affairs they paid in 2023 to attack and kill anybody who is going to vote against Muslim ticket, which then created voter apathy, which means most of the Christian North, they were not allowed to vote for real. We are all talking about the Ronukus of Lagos, the Lagos Abobakus. You have no idea what these Islamic terrorists actually did in northern Nigeria. But if no, you get most of the Christian communities that are already sort of displaced, destroyed, but the few ones that have not been destroyed, they practically made them realize that they should not try to attempt to be part of it. True story. So we need to go back to them and tell them that the music has, the beat has changed, the music has changed, and infidel will now sort of like, will be the one to save them now. I don't know how they're going to put that off, right? But people are kind of projecting that. So now put this. Say Obi and Nasiru. So Obi and Nasiru, if you are an obedient watching me, be honest with me. Okay. When I say be honest, right? I'm not asking you to give me stories like the usual. I don't want to see you as a typical Nigerian. So please, the question I'm going to ask you is a very straightforward one. You don't even have to answer it if you don't want to. If you are an obedient watching this video, right? True. Would you actually really want Peter Obi elrufai as your presidential and vice presidential candidate in the coalition if it gets to that? I'll read the comment. Don't worry. I'll read the comment. Would you be comfortable with all you know about elrufai? I'm not asking you to whether like him or hate him right now. No. I'm just saying he's been in political office. Here you get now. And this is a man that it's like a magic. Since the day he's been out of power in Kaduna, I don't think they've had 2 attacks in southern Kaduna. I'm not saying that it's all quiet, but yeah, it's kind of like quiet. When was the last time you heard about southern Kaduna killings? The guy behind it, suddenly, all of that just like that. Okay, I think I'm beginning to kind of finger your brain, Abby. I don't want to do that. I'm just saying, whatever you think you know about him, I do hope you do know him, right? Would you want to see Obi and elrufai? Okay, capital no, fantastic. And there are those who say yes, because to them, Tinubu must go first. So it doesn't matter. Again, it's up to you. That's now some people are saying it, right? So this is something that was also captured from when Obi was in Cambridge, right? This was that picture, the moving picture of it. Right? Yeah, somebody said Obi can cage elrufai. Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know. It's just elrufai is elrufai. elrufai is not shitty, man. I get you. I keep telling people that. And again, you don't have to agree with me, okay? I keep telling people that if you pay attention to that your fraudulent 1999 constitution very well, pay attention, read it. And then you get to the part where the president, the vice president, then the power of the president. And this is not to blaspheme, all right? Nigeria president, anybody, the moment that person is answering president, is more powerful, right? In Nigeria than an American president is powerful in America. anyone that is parading himself as president of Nigeria, doesn't matter, even if it's just going to be for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or 1 year or 2 years, if you check that that fake book that you call Constitution, the president of Nigeria is more powerful than God. Now, don't see that as a blasphemy, because I'm not trying to kind of compare in that manner, but I'll give you an instance. You know, God is patient. You know it. You know that God is patient, is, as your believer, is patient, is merciful, he doesn't act like human, you know, he forgives and all of that. The president of Nigeria can single-handedly end your life right now, right here, just now, straight away, right now, and nothing is going to happen. Do you get what I mean? Okay, that's one person. The president of Nigeria can wipe out the entire community. Women, children, elderly, everybody, wipe everybody out. I'm talking about thousands of people. And there will be no consequences. Not a single one. American president can't try that in America. It is impossible. I don't care how we see American president and American system. If an American president order American military to enter a community in Ohio and clear them out, like Obasanjo just did in Zaki PM, as well as what's the other one again? That president will likely be arrested before evening. He won't do it. That's not going to happen. Such order may not even be like followed. Like you say, okay, you are looking for some certain people, and you say, oh, you are clear this whole area. It's not possible. But a criminal in Nigeria, who is your president, can go that far with no consequences. Can do all of that today. And yeah, maybe die tomorrow, and you can use that as your consolation and say, God has killed him. God has heard. Odi, thank you very much. Odi, Zaki Biam. Obasanjo did that today. Some people are saying Obasanjo is still the best president Nigeria ever have since 1999. Are you not saying that? Obasanjo, Mr. Nigeria, slaughtered over 4,000 people in Zaki Biamo, in what do you call it, in Odio. And tomorrow is the elder statesman going about. Obasanjo, Papa Obasanjo is behind. Papa Obasanjo is. So yeah, I mean, possibly agree with you that yeah, Peter Obi, once he becomes your president, who is elrufai? Well, maybe, or maybe not. I remember the fresh one in our memory is that of the shitty man. You know, look at shitty man today. The same guy who called Oshubade, Pastor Ruga, who called him ice cream. He said he should go and start selling ice cream. Nice men don't do politics. That's shitty man today. And shitty man that they fly to Imo State to go and say bye-bye to people going to Mecca. Is that a busy person? Why Borno State is boiling? He can't even talk about it. They can't even talk about it. They don't even bother where to complain in secret. I mean, in closed door. To give that now. So I kind of agree. That's how much power they can wield, no doubt, right? But we'll leave that one for now. And yeah, there's hang on. Talking about elrufai, by the way. So the last time elrufai had to weigh in on Obi, even though maybe that is also the reason why he possibly has swallowed whatever he said in this video. Because he was so confident here. This was before 2023. Now, after 2023, that Peter Obi is now the toast of all of them.
Peter Obi win any election. Peter Obi is polling 1% in Sokoto, 2% in Katsina, 5% in Kano. That's where the votes are. All states are not equal. The fact that you are doing 70% in Anambra State does not mean somebody doing 10% in Kano is not better than you. Kano is 4 million votes that actually happen. Anambra is what? The number of votes in Anambra is the size of one local government in Kaduna State. So all states are not equal. If you poll states and you make them equal, yes, Peter Obi will sweep the southeastern states. He will do well in South-South. Where else? He's not polling well in Southwest, other than a drop in the ocean in Lagos. He is polling in the Christian enclaves in the north. He's polling well, but how many are they? How many? Peter Obi cannot win the election. He doesn't have the number of states. He doesn't have 25% in more than, the last time we checked, in more than 16 states. He can't go anywhere. Peter Obi is a Nollywood actor, and that's all he will be. This election is between the APC and the PDP because they have the footprint, they have the spread. Ethnicity and religious bigotry will not take you anywhere. And that's what the Labour Party campaign is about. Peter.
That is the Olori Buruku that